Yeah, coming at you with another node mode video. I've got my cards pre-separated already. I'm not going to waste any time with that, trying to do that one-handed in a video. I'm also going to try and make sure that I don't cover my microphone with my hand while I'm holding my phone one-handed. All right, Charlie. Charlie's going to go over there. I got the things separated. Here's my beat up box. If you buy one of these and you carry it around in your backpack like I do between lessons and everywhere, it will look this beat up. So if you wanted to avoid having your box look as beat up as this one, then just put your cards directly in the little bag that also has the dice, which hopefully will get my cat's attention later. These are the node cards, these are the mode cards. This is like the ring with all the little dots around it. These little dots actually represent, that's the R word I'm looking for. They actually represent the major scale, and you can see all the different whole steps and half steps. There's the do, there's the re, there's the mi, there's the fa, there's the so, there's the la, there's the ti, there's the do again. Half step between ti and do, also between mi and fa. And also for every whole step you have that little extra chromatic note, that accidental, for lack of a better term. Maybe a happy accidental. Maybe we should bring in Bob Ross, yeah, the patron saint of happy accidents, and be like, yeah, those are cool notes too. We have the flat 2, the flat 3, the sharp 4 / flat 5, and then we have the flat 6 and the flat 7, however you want to talk about them. And then over here, as the shape might actually suggest, you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Yep, it's 6 on, well, it's 12 total. I didn't feel like counting to 12 in Spanish because I actually woke up not too long ago and my brain's still trying to catch up with me. But anyway, it doesn't mean that I can't show you some cool stuff about cards. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at some of these. This one right here. Ooh, this has to do with nesting. I'll put that aside in a nesting category. Ooh, this has to do with nesting of ideas. I'll put that over there. Ooh, this one also has to do with nesting, but is a little bit, as you might guess, less complicated than this. This one has to do with nesting, and it has to do with using different ideas. So I'll put that over there. This one has to do with taking one idea and nesting different values. So I'll put that over here with its nesting quality. This one over here is kind of like this also has to do with nesting, but this is least complicated of them. This one over here has to do with nesting. Well, no, it doesn't have to do with nesting. This has to do with taking one idea and doing different things with one idea. So I'll put that over there. Oh yes, this is the octave card. You add an octave to whatever one you got, and then you could decide whether you're going to put it up on the top or whether you're going to put it on the bottom, and then you have a group that has an extra octave snuck into it. That's cool. Put that over there. Oh. Hey, all right. This one over here, oh yes, the build a set plus a chromatic offset. Oh, it's upside down. So, 2 blobs, put them together so that they relate to each other some kind of magical way. This is actually a little bit of a nod to another card, as everything in the deck is entirely recycled and self-referential. A lot like language. Oh yes, here's the chromatic key change, chromatic shifting card. How many ways can you do it? Well, there's only 11 other keys than the one that you're in. Put that over there. What's this one? Oh yes, the moving through a major scale. Just like the major scale, well, it could be any 7-note scale, but this one happens to depict the major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or if you wanted to, you can go the other way around and start here and go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It works either way, but you still have your half steps between ti and do, mi and fa. There's only so many different paths you can take around the major scale. You can go up, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or down, do, di, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Yeah. Well, there's some secret relationships there, but essentially there's only one. You can go from do to re, do to ti, and if you were to go from do to la, well then you would be skipping and you'd be following this green path as opposed to the orange path. So there's really only 3 different types of paths that you can take in terms of choosing notes, especially if you don't really care if you go up or down. So like this to this could be a whole step, or it could be a whole seventh. You're still going from there to there. This would be going up like do, re, and this would be do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re. You still get from do to re. So then this would help you choose, all right, what kind of step am I gonna practice? Anyway, that's a crash course. Crash course. I didn't even tell you. I didn't even have a chance to tell you that this was a crash course. It's that much of a crash course. This one over here, you just take one idea and you try different values. One of those little blobs from the mode cards, the node cards. Like say if I wanted to take this one, I would say, all right, here's this boom, boom, boom. I would choose one pattern would be one line, and then another pattern would be another one. So it'd be like boom, 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 and I go boom, 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 and I can move it through this boom, 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 and my singing is not exactly in tune, which is why I want to practice. Let's take a look at this one. Oh yes. What if you were to be moving through a scale while also considering how to change keys at the same time? Well, wouldn't that be an extra fun challenge to take both of those things into consideration at the same time somehow? What's this one? Oh yes, taking one idea and bouncing between 2 different concepts, maybe doing 2 concepts at the same time. You're taking 2 concepts. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're doing it. Next thing's next. Oh yes, the inversion family card. This one needs more of an explanation at some other later date, so I'm going to put it off to the side. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, we're getting down to the bottom. Oh yes, chromatic values, but you're going to nest different values for as many cards. So let's say if I picked a card like this, and it has 3 notes in it, I'd be like, oh, I got 3 notes right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose 3 different values from this, and then I'm going to use those in sequence to make some kind of composition, exercise, or game, or whatever you want to call it. And I can follow these rules too, or I can put those 3 different values in different orders, and I can even find one of these different patterns for those 3 different values. So like say this is one value, that's the second value, that's the third value. I can do first value, third value, second value, or any other kind of combination that you can get from this generating scheme. Move that out. All right, so that'll go over there. Let's see what this one's all about. Ooh, oh yes, this one. So let's say you want to take a blob. One thing's a good thing to do is take all the notes and make sure that you can go between each note and every other note within that. So that would be like this. Can I do this first one like boom, boom, and boom, boom, and boom, boom, and boom, boom. You don't really have so many there, but then let's say I wanted to pick another one. Oh yes, it's the baby shark card. Baby shark. Okay, so then I'll be like boom, boom, boom. So then what I would try and do is then see, okay, can I go from each note here to each note here? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And so on, and you can get all the different combinations if you want to get them all from this perspective, like boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. But then you can offset it so that, like, say, one of these notes, instead of being the same note, or maybe if you have this note being the same note, you'd see that this would inevitably be the same note as well. You can actually offset it by some value. I've seen these before. Exactly. You can offset it from some value over here. So let's say that rolling a die, I would say that these notes are no longer the same note. Now they're going to be either, if I roll a 1, it could be a step apart in one direction or another. It could be a third apart, because that's what this card shows you. There's the thirds. So it could be a third apart in one direction or another, or it could be a fourth in one direction or another. Or let's say you want to count it the other way. It could be a fifth in one direction or the other. It could be a sixth in one direction or the other. It could be a seventh in one direction or the other. It leaves a lot open for choice. I like that. Oh my goodness, 2 more of these cards in almost a 10-minute video. Oh yes, the nesting. So you take one of these and you do this. Like so it would be like, I would take one of these blobs and make it line up for every single one of these notes. So it'd be like bum 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 bum. Yeah, really feeling it this morning. Let's get these out of the way. What's this last one? Oh, the Matrix. Of course, we all live in a matrix, don't we? So this one says, you know what, all these different combinations, they should be equally accessible. So you could take this and just use one note, be like do, re, do, mi, do, fa, do, so, do, la, do, ti, do, do. And then you can do the same thing for re, re, do, re, mi, re, fa, re, so, re, la, re, ti, re, do. Same thing for me. Mi, do, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, so, mi, la, mi, ti, mi, do. And then here we go, fa, do, fa, pardon my out-of-tuneness. Fa, do, fa, re, fa, mi, fa, so, fa, la, fa, ti, fa, do, so, and so on, right? But what if I did that with the Baby Shark card? Well, then that'd be a lot more interesting. I'd be like, I'll sing baby shark, 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 and so on. And I would try and get this to move from every single space to every other single space that is allotted within a 7-note scale. That's it. That's all those cards. My goodness, I'll try and do that again so it makes less or more sense.